growing up in Baltimore, Maryland, I really like computer technology. Then my mom, she's a teacher. During the summers, they let her take a Macintosh computer home. I was introduced to things that I never saw before. I was like mesmerized by what I can create. Creating and designing websites was my first foray into creativity. So I created websites for actually some of my friends. I figured I could do it for other people as well. And then I started doing a website for church. And that is where I really started to hone my skills. When I was doing websites, I saw that I needed some backgrounds. I needed some pictures, and I got a camera for the people that I created the website for, that they needed photos as well. And I started taking pictures, but that's how I got into photography, because after a while, when websites started evolving and people started going to DIY, and I said, I'm gonna scale back my website business, and I'm gonna focus on photo and video. Years later, I found a mentor. I was on Facebook one time, and I saw a guy that was doing better than me. And I just slid in his DMs and said, it's Facebook, and said, hey, can I just shadow you, and can I work with you? He said, sure. And he just gave me his camera and said, start shooting. He said, once you shoot, I want you to come and show me the photo. I showed him the picture. He said, nope, I don't like it. Go do it again. So again and again, he told me to shoot. And he showed me how to shoot, how to move, how to do this. As I'm progressing with my mentor, as a photographer, as a videographer, I'm still navigating all of the things I need to do. And then one time he had a style cover shoot. And I remember I was doing drones back then. And I was tasked to get the hero shot. They said, Chip, it's your turn to get the drone in the air. It didn't get up. I was mortified. I was actually so embarrassed. And I finally got it up, but it was way after the time that I needed to get it up. And I missed that shot. I said, maybe this life is not for me. Maybe I just need to teach people and not actually be a practitioner. And he said, Chip, I am not going to let you quit. Failure is just a temporary thing that helps you grow. That we all need someone to push us to the next level. And then my mentor invited me another chance to get out of that hole, and he invited me to a wedding in the Bahamas. It was my moment to shine again. I had another chance to get a hero shot. And guess what? I got the shot. It helped me propel myself into really being a destination photographer and traveling like I do all over the world. Because that's when people started. It started with that shot, the failure, and then with a success. I was introduced to Show It, actually United, through a colleague. She was a keynote speaker, and I saw her on the stage, and I was like, wow, what is this conference? I was amazed by just seeing everybody there, and it just seemed like an open community before I even knew anything about the website. So I asked Terry, hey, what is this Show It stuff about? What's it United? And she told me how the community was great, how she had a website on the platform, and that it was an awesome conference to attend. And she said, you should come out. So then I applied to be a speaker at Show It United and got on 5 Minute Fuel. But everybody seemed to enjoy my 5 Minute Fuel. I wasn't used to a hugging community that was really community over competition. The community of Show It was very embracing of me. The next year, I ended up being on the main stage. And I couldn't even believe it when they asked me. What really sold me on United, and not only United, but the Show It platform, is when I heard Todd talk about race. And I said, if this guy does it and he owns a company, I'm switching on my business there. And that's when I knew. I said, this is a place where I need to be, because I know that this company is a company that means well, not only for Black Lives Matter, but all lives, and that everybody can be treated fairly and equally. Show It, to me, is a community-driven website platform. People that actually care about your business. Show It has shown me that it is about the community. It is about people first. And it came full circle when I was in United. So what I'm doing now is teaching, mentoring, coaching, and doing photography and videography all over the world. But the thing I love most is helping other creators, because I understand someone helped me, and I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for someone pouring into me. That's why I'm so passionate about mentoring and helping younger people. But it's really, my purpose is to give back and to show other people that they can do it. Because at the end of our days, all we have is what we left for other people. And Show It has created that community of people, and we can get together, encourage each other, and made sure that we all can rise. Because he says what? A rising tide lifts all boats. And I want to make sure that I know that I can help other people because they've helped me. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? My name is Chip Dizard. Thank you if you're here. If you know somebody that needs to come on this live, I'll be on here for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You can be in the chat, ask me anything. It is office hours. I try to do them on Fridays. I don't care if it's 3 people or 10 people. You can ask me anything in the chat. So if you're watching the video, that is a little background about me. I am a real photographer. I got a real camera. I know what I'm doing. So here is the camera. I was just shooting some headshots and I have a business. So a little bit about me. That was an intro video. And if you're here, tap in the chat so I can see you, your name. Well, I see your name, but where you're from, all across the USA. If you're here, had a lot of people register and their questions about what is happening with this. Is this Hillman talk stuff real? And are you going to do this? And I want to answer some questions and stay around for a little bit. But I am here, and I wanted to just connect with you all. The classes will be on Zoom, so a little bit easier, but I just wanted to do a quick YouTube stream for some people that wanted to come on and talk to you about what we'll be doing. So I had to stop the class prematurely because it's so many people on Zoom and everything like that. Okay, Philadelphia, Genesis, thank you. I see you. I see you, Rachel, thank you. So if other people are coming on, anything like that, all right, man. Angela from Florida. So I see you. I see the comments coming in. So you guys and ladies, I thank you for coming on this midday Zoom. If you're on lunch break, if you're at work, anything like that. So we're hosting a class on Wednesday at 5 p.m. and it'll be on Zoom. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. We're doing all that stuff, and I just wanted to go over a few questions that people have had for me. This will be recorded, so you'll be able to watch this if you're watching this later on. All right. We got Danielle from Georgia, so we got Florida. We got people, Philly in the house. So we got people coming in. And if you know other people that need to be here, send them this link on this YouTube. Send them this link and tell them about Chip. So my name is Chip Dizard. To give you a little backstory about me. I won't talk about me too much. I'm a professional photographer. I'm actually doing it. Former high school teacher, adjunct professor at HBCU over at Morgan State. And then taught over some other schools as well, community colleges, photography, videography, and all things creative. So been doing this for over, I'd age myself now. I see this gray beard, so over 20 years. So we've been doing it for a little while. I make a living with this camera. So this is what I do. I make a living, well, really with my head, right? It doesn't really, the best camera you have is the one that's in your hand. So if I have this as my phone, or if I have this big one, it doesn't matter. We can make a living, hopefully, with both of them. Or if you just want to do it as a hobby. So that's what we're doing. So if you want to make a living doing photography, make some side money, or just do it as a hobby, that's great as well. I just want to make sure you know that. So, like I said, we're kicking off February, Black History Month, on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. I'll be there right on time, about 5 minutes early. I'll start some videos, some other stuff. Want to have any questions? If you have any questions for me in the chat, please send them on to me about the class and what's going to happen, because you're missing. So you're gonna tell people on your friends or people on TikTok or whatever, say this guy came on and he's giving free game, because in this economy you're gonna need to have a side hustle. Trust me. And the photography could be a side hustle or a main hustle. It's tough. It's a tough job because there's a lot of people who do it. A lot of people who are good. And a lot of people make amazing images, way better than what I can do. But it's about your passion, is what I love. I've been doing it for a while, teaching at the college level, teaching at the high school level, teaching kids, and being a practitioner of it is more than what you put out. on things. So that's what I want to do. I'll show you a few images and stuff that I've done, and we can go through some of my work. Okay, let's see. We got a question in here coming up. Thank you for the chat questions. I can go from there. Will it be easy to have the camera on us while we're in class? We have assignments. I don't mind either. For the first class, not really. You don't have to have it on you if you don't want. So yeah, we'll have assignments, and I have the syllabus here that we'll go over. So that's a great question. You don't have to have your camera on you, but it will be helpful if you have a camera. You don't need this big old lens, but if you have a camera on you, that's fine as well. If you have your phone, that's fine. I'd rather you have a camera that is not your phone, but we can use phones as well to start out. iPhones or Androids, it doesn't matter. So I'm not going to be going over camera specific. I use a Sony. I used to use a Canon and Nikon or whatever, but like I said, I've used all brands of cameras, so I pretty much know. I just use Sony now because I shoot video and mirrorless, and it's just what I use. So, but I can switch to Canon if I wanted to, switch to Nikon. Camera brands are just camera brands, right? It's like Android, iPhone, Mac, PC. I don't know. It's just like a car brand, whatever. You like Lexus. My wife likes Lexus. Some people like Infinities. Some people like Mercedes and BMW. So it just depends what you like. I'm doing that, but you don't have to have your camera with you. It will be helpful. But yeah, so let's go through some of the stuff. I'm not going to go through every little thing that we're going to do because you'll get this syllabus. So let me go through a few things on this. So if you're here, it means you're serious. So I want to see Genesis, Danielle, Angela. I want to see y'all on Rachel. I want to see y'all on Wednesday so I can shout y'all out, okay? So y'all get extra because you all came here, all right, to ask me questions. So let's look at the syllabus and let's look at what we have for you all here, Photography 101. And if you have any other questions, you can drop them in the chat. I'm about to drop this syllabus real quick for you so you can see. Okay, so I am here. Of course, I'm the professor, Chip Dizard, blah, 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 blah. That's all my contact information. All right, that's my IG, that's my email. This is Zoom, office hours. Hey, it's 12 noon Eastern, so till 1. I'll be here at about 12:30 today. And so you can read all this. I'm not going to read insult your intelligence because you all can read. And that's what we have. So weekly reviews. I think one of the best things is this real quick. It's about weekly reviews. I think that's helped a lot more than me just talking. And I have other people coming on to give some feedback for some weekly review. So, all right. So this is my name. This is the information. That's my TikTok, my IG, email. All right. All right. You'll know how to use various features of the camera, creative control, decide what types of lighting in a given situation produce optimum results. Okay, I think that's really important right now. I think a lot of people, you need that. You need to know that. All right, let me move this screen out a little bit more. And then, so we show up, we have complete some assignments that we give to you, and then, just some other regular stuff right here. Okay, so that is what we're doing here. Mobile phone, we'll go over a few of that, various camera modes, So we'll do weekly reviews during class, but a lot of times during office hours. That'll be the best time for me to get deep in this class. It'll be too many people. So on office hours, if you want a weekly review or critique of a photo, how to make it better, I will definitely do that. So I'll show you and how a scale, how we do that. All right. So I have a sliding scale of how we can do those weekly reviews and how we can make those images better. So that's a good question, Genesis. So they'll be done in both, but I can't do everybody's review in a class. There may be some times, but a lot of times we'll do weekly reviews when I have office hours on Friday. So if office hours, and you'll get an email. So just make sure you check your email and have everything there, and we'll go from there. Okay? All right. So here's some of the core topics right here. All righty. So white balance, ISO, lens, focal length, We will try to go through all of this stuff here: action, portraiture, macro, and Photoshop. A few basic stuff. Okay. And this is all the stuff, and I'm not gonna go over all the week stuff, but I just wanted to just show what I have. I have a whole bunch of stuff here on the syllabus, so you know that it's gonna be a real class. It's not just something that's just fake. So you know when you go to tell people, you're like, wait a second, this guy got on here and he's actually giving real stuff that I give to my real students. Okay, so it's not somebody who just doesn't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I give stuff to my real students, and you actually gonna see real results. So that's how the weekly reviews will be done. Okay, of course, the first class we're not gonna have a weekly review, but I'm gonna show you the structure of how it works with a weekly review, so you can go from there. All right. So make sure you screenshot this. You tell people on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. You say, hey, I'm in Chip's class, not Professor Desire, just Chip. All right, I'm in Chip's class, and it's going to be the bomb because I'm only going to let so many people on that Zoom room, okay? So make sure you tell people that I'm in his class, and it's going to be good. Trust me, it's going to be good. You're going to learn some stuff here. I have about 10 minutes left here. Okay, great, Danielle. So make sure you tag me. If you tag me on IG stories or you take a screenshot, you tag me on TikTok, I'll repost you and I'll shout you out here if you tag me on either or. All right, I'm going to show you a photo, and I'll show you how just a mini critique is done. It'll be one of my photos. Let me just go. And let me ask you all this. All right, because I used to shoot a lot of weddings. So let me just give you a quick 60-second background. I used to shoot weddings, portraits, headshots. Now I shoot more corporate stuff, boring stuff, right? But hey, it pays the bills. But corporate stuff, headshots, and I shoot events. I shoot at church a lot of times, every week, actually, every Sunday. So I work at a church, a pretty big church in the Baltimore area. What kind of photo do you want to see? So I can give you one of my photos. Do you want to see a wedding? Do you want to see a church? You want to see a headshot? What do you want to see? So I can pull it up real quick, a photo, so I can talk about it. And what do you all want to see? Put it in the chat. It could be a portrait, it could be a wedding. I got about 15 minutes. I'm going to go over that and just show you that real quick. What do you all want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? And if you don't want to see anything, that's fine too. I'll just answer your questions. This is an AMA, so you can answer. I can answer your questions and go from there. I just want to make sure what you want to see of my work. See. You said all of the above. I gotta have what? I can't do all of them. I can't do all of them. I gotta pull a picture. Let me go on my site real quick and pull a picture down while I'm waiting for you all in the chat. Because you are all right. You gotta be quick on the draw here. That's one thing. You gotta be quick on the draw. Let's see what I have here. What do you have here? Let's see. Try to see what do you all want to see. All the above. I'll just pull the first thing that I see right here. I'll take a church picture. And just because it's right here, so we'll look at a church picture real quick. All right, let's pull one up real quick. So I shoot every week at a church called New Psalmist Baptist Church. It's in Baltimore, Maryland, and we're under leadership of Pastor Walter Scott Thomas Jr., and it's a good church. I enjoy it a lot. We enjoy it a lot, and I like doing pictures there and worshiping there. So, let's look at a church picture real quick. I don't know if my favorite thing to shoot, that's a great question. My favorite thing. Wow. I like shooting church stuff now. I mean, it's but I like enjoying the church, but I like shooting live events. I like events. I would say headshots. Events. So events are what I like shooting. Let's go and let's look at a picture real quick I'm going to pull one up from church, and let's go. All right, let's pull this picture up real quick, and let's talk about it. And when we do a critique, all right. So that is my thing. So we're going to pull a picture up. Let's see. How can I pull it up? Let's see, not there. That's a syllabus. So let us trying to see how to get this thing up here. How to get this picture on here. I'll just right there. Okay. There is a photo right there. So this is a photo from church, and this is a photo that when people were at the altar. So clearly we were focusing, hopefully, and where the light was going, and we weren't using any flash here. The light was going right to the lady in the red or maroon, and the fair skinned lady. That was used with a longer lens, a longer focal length. Or more advanced cameras can do that, where you have a group of people, but you just want to focus in on one person and get a moment. So the bishop or the pastor was preaching or talking up front, and during an altar call, got there. So, all right, what's good about this picture? And we always talk about that. We talk about what's good, what needs improvement, and what can you do differently. Okay, so that's how we critique pictures. When we look at them and photos, you always say what's good. What's good about it? I know what's in focus. I know it's a young lady here to light. And if people are just coming on, welcome. Thank you for coming on the office hours. I'm showing you just a preview of what we're going to do in class. And we'll be on Zoom, not on YouTube, but you'll see what's good with this photo. So what I like about the photo is that I like that we can see her on it, we zoom in and we can see her. And that's a good thing, right? That's a really good thing. So we see her, she's in focus, and she's a main subject of this picture. So when you see her, she's a main subject. So that's what we like about that. What can do better with the photo? Probably we have some distractions in here. And what I mean by distractions, even though we see her, even though we see this young lady right here, our eyes still, even though they're blurry, we still see these heads. So let me give you a pro tip real quick. A lot of pictures can be made better. And you gotta see my face on this. So a lot of times you gotta hear my heart and see my face. So I'm gonna switch over to see my face. So here's the thing. A lot of pictures can be made better by one thing, okay? It's gonna blow your mind. It's free game before you get to the class. And what I'm gonna tell you, and you write this down and you say, I learned this today from Chip, okay? It's one word. It starts with a C. Let me see if anybody can guess it. It's a C word. All right? Pictures and photos can be made better by that. All right? We have 8 minutes left, so we got to hurry up. All right? Well, if you don't know, the word is crop. All right? So photos can be made better because you want to always direct, especially when you're shooting events or you're shooting a wedding or birthday party, all right? And it doesn't matter how you shoot it, it's the matter how you deliver it. All of our phones, so what I want you to do today, and this is one thing I want you to do today, right? Cropping. Okay, Kim, you said it. See, Kim, you said it. So cropping, that's perfect. I'm a little bit behind you. Sorry about that, Kim. So I want you to do today, if you have your cell phone, take a picture. Then I want you to make it better by cropping to how you do it, the area of interest. There's not probably a picture I take that I deliver that doesn't have some type of crop. I'll say it again. There's probably not a picture I deliver to a client that doesn't have a crop. So let's go back to this picture and let's see what we could do and how we can make it better. Okay? So what I'm going to do, and we see that head right here. That's a little irid. That's a little thing. So let's say if we crop her right here like this, and instead of making a widescreen, let's say if we make the picture like this. Does that make the picture more powerful? And let's say if we even do it even a little bit more. Let's say if we crop it like this. We don't crop those people out. Let's say we crop it like this. Right here. I don't know if I like that better. I like this better a little bit because it shows a sense of place. We don't know what this area is right here. But what do you think? What do you think? Tell me what you think. You see how I made that picture better with a crop? That picture was okay, but it's a lot going on. My eyes go here, my eyes go here, and my eyes go here. All right? What we want to do, we want keep the main thing, and you see how I just cropped that picture just like that. And see how I made it that much better? And it's focused on her. So now when I see the picture, it's focused on her. Does that make sense? Tell me in the chat, does that make sense? I just want to make sure that you're understanding the power of a crop. And that's just more pictures I have here in the gallery of churches. And you'll see different stuff, and I'll just show you some other pictures that we have just from church and just going through it, and you'll just see preaching pictures and other stuff and reactions and things like that. But I want to make sure that makes sense, all right, about the power of a crop. So that's the first thing. Now, does everything have to be cropped? No, but rules are made to be broken, and you can definitely do it without a crop. But I just want to make sure, Genesis, the power of the crop. So I want you to look at a picture between now and Wednesday. Take some pictures over the weekend. Preferably an event, or it could be somewhere at your house. You can crop out. You know how you take a picture and you'll have some stuff on the side. You'll have, some stuff on the side that you need to just get out of the picture. You know what I mean? To make it stronger. So my goal for you in this class, Genesis, Danielle, is to make your images stronger. Okay? And sometimes it's not about the camera you use. A lot of times it's about how you position it, how you crop it, how you use light, how you use shadows, how you use depth of field. And once you do that, you're going to use the power of the crop. So that's the first thing that I want you all to do. And this is just pre-class stuff. This is just office hours pre-class. I want to make sure that everybody uses the power of the crop. And when you're taking pictures, be intentional. Look at the whole frame. But then once you look at the picture, say, how can I crop this to make it better? And then you look at your before, just like what I did with that picture. And I just picked a random picture from church. I take hundreds of pictures, 52 weeks a year out of church. And I just picked one from a couple Sundays ago and showed the power of the crop. I want to make sure that you got that and that you can get that. And we can go from there. The power of the crop is real, and I know you can do it. So I have 5 minutes left. I want to make sure I answer any questions about the class. It's Wednesday, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you tell your friends that you're here and that you're here. If you're here, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Tell your friends that they missed it. I got a free game today, the power of the crop, right? And I want to make sure that you're here, Angela. And on Wednesday, I'll be here. Probably not this location, but I'll be here. We'll be ready to go, and you'll get an email with a link. Okay, you'll get an email about an hour before class, and you'll get email again about 15 minutes. So make sure you add us to, and don't put us in spam, and you'll get all the information. We'll go from there. So the power of the crop, looking at the frame, looking how everything works together, and then seeing what the best. What is your point of interest in the photo? Where do you want people's eyes to go? Especially if, like, I'm shooting, church has thousands of members, right? So I'm shooting a large church with like over 3,000 people in there, and it could be, 800 people at the altar at one time or whatever, right? So I'm shooting a large church, and I've shot small churches too, and that's a whole nother lesson. I can show you how to shoot small events and then shoot huge events with 10,000, 15,000. Shooting at stadiums and things like that. So those types of events I've shot. And then the small ones. So, and how to make them look. Because sometimes you want those small events to look larger. Or not to look larger, but to look full. And how to shoot that. I shot very fancy weddings and very basic weddings. So I have the gamut. So I'm not one of those kind of guys and photographers that just show you all lavish stuff. I'll show you stuff that you would shoot. Okay? Because, I've been to Paris. I've been all over Europe and all over the world. But then most people right now, if you're starting out, you're not going to go all over the world to shoot photos, okay? I'm going to show you if you got to shoot them in the hood in North Philly, right? No offense to North Philly. Over there by Temple University, Master Street. I know that area very well. So I love Philly. All right, all right. So that is there. So the rule of thirds is really important. Yep, yep, yep. Is a rule of thirds very important, or is it more artistic? Great question, Kim. I say the rule of thirds is very important because I think that's where the interest can lie in your photo. Whenever I have my camera set up, I have something called a grid set up. I have it on this webcam that I have now, a grid, so I know where I am. So the rule of thirds are very important. We'll talk about that in class. But like anything, Kim, rules are made to be broken, right? I love the rule of thirds, but then there's sometimes that you got to break those, all right? Especially in video nowadays, especially because a lot of people do vertical video. So it's a little bit difficult with vertical to do rule of thirds, but you can make it work. So that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's great. That's great. It's artist. There's an old saying, Erykah Badu used to say in that song. She said, "I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my ish." Right. So don't get too caught up in the art that you don't make a picture. So we're going to change our language. We're not taking photos. Okay. So that's the thing I want you to know. So when we're not taking. People who are amateurs take pictures. We're going to go to the professional level. We're going to make pictures, okay? So where you going? I'm going to make some portraits, okay? Because that means I'm intentional, all right? So I want to make sure that amateurs take pictures, professionals make pictures. I say it again. I'm glad you asked. Amateurs take pictures, professionals make pictures. All right? Quote me on that. Put it on your Instagram. And say that Chip told you that I'm going to make some pictures, screenshot me, and tell me you said you're going to make some portraits, tag me on it, and I'll get my residuals from that, all right? So remember, intentionality, we're going to do a crop, we're going to make a picture, we're going to look at something, and then we're going to take the picture, and make the picture, and then we're going to make it better, okay? All right? So with the rule of thirds, and I'll explain that, the rule of thirds, a little bit later if you all don't know what that is. We'll go through that later. And we're going to crop down. All right? Does it make sense? Make it make sense, right? All right. Well, hey, my time is up. It's 12:30. Office hours are done for today. Thank you much. I'm done. Thanks. It's been fun. I'll see you all on Wednesday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you get on time because, like I said, I'm going to be dropping gems just on from the start in class 1. If you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend and tell them that you missed it live. And Chip was going to drop some gems. And tag me and I'll repost you. I got to run. Got to go to a shoot actually now. We got to make some pictures today, okay? I'll see you. Peace, peace, peace. Thanks for coming.